I went to architecture school, graduated with my degree, and immediately decided that I wanted to go into construction, so I went back to school. And halfway through that degree, I started working for a general contractor in downtown Detroit, who is responsible for most of the renovations that are taking place down there with all the existing historic buildings. It was that time that I had met Stuart Carroll. He gave us a little presentation on eProfiler and what it could do. My background in architecture, I was very interested in the modeling and estimating side as well. But at that time, I was in a job transition. I was looking for a new place of employment, so I didn't pursue it too hard at that time. But I went into all these job interviews with that in mind, trying to find the right fit for the company that would be able to implement this software. So I took a job at Cunningham Link. I think it was my first day. I brought it to my boss and said, "Hey, what about eProfiler?" He had recently heard about the program and was interested in it, but he left it up to me to gather more information and really put together a package so we could make a decision. Just like any good general contractor, we were all skeptical of it. So Stuart set us up with a couple other companies who had previously implemented eProfiler. We talked through it with them and asked them their successes, their advice, and from there we decided to go with it and made the decision to purchase. At that time we had Doug Maiden as our trainer. We flew him into our office in Farmington Hills at the end of August last year, 2014. Did the 2-day training session with the optional 3rd-day pilot launch. Cunningham Link is a small company. There's, I think, 27 of us, myself being the youngest one by quite a few years. The organization as a whole is, relatively reluctant to change. So the good part about this for us was we have a very simple elementary conceptual database based in Excel, 698 line items, and we use this template to produce every estimate out the door. The best thing was that we didn't have to change this one bit as we implemented eProfiler. Doug had helped us work it directly into our database, and we kept all the line items exactly how they were. So when I told that to the leadership group, you can imagine they were very happy with that. Our initial approach was to really concentrate on what we find as the most unknown and most difficult part to estimate in any one of the projects that we see is the site work and the underground utilities. So I'm trying to think of how to set this up to estimate what I find to be the most difficult part. Was a challenge. I started to look at a couple of current projects that we had and some past projects. I tried to break them down. And this is one example of the underground stormwater utilities. So I took these past projects and broke them down to some utility takeoffs, trying to gather this information and really break it down and say, well, what is driving some of these things? Why do we have this amount, this many catch basins? Why do we have this many feet of 36-inch reinforced concrete pipe? Trying to draw some conclusions, and from there, we came up with some formulas to base the logic for the site work utilities in eProfiler. So linking things like the size of the building pad, the total paved area to the amount of catch basins, and then turning that around and saying, well, that's related to X amount of feet of pipe, and on any given job, there's 25% of this size pipe. So really breaking it down to the minute details so that we can, going forward, we can use this data on any project, try to be as accurate as possible. This was the initial project that we used. This is a church, Clinton Township, Michigan, about 81,000 square feet, 33 acres. there are a number of different quirks about this site. But this was where we started with and testing all of those formulas that we had just come up with. That was what we found to be the most successful part, was after we had initially based this off of one project, but then taking it back against current projects, past projects, and then total conceptual projects, and tweaking it and making it better each time. This was the model of the church itself. This is a proposed office building. This is all the information we have on it right now. This is one that's in waiting right now as we get more information. We did our utility takeoff on it using eProfiler, and once we get more information, some better drawings, we'll go back and we'll check that against what it actually is. This, again, another one. This one's under construction. We went through several different estimates on this one. Again, going back and checking to make sure that what we had originally assumed, what we had planned for, was accurate. This is a charter school, same thing. This one is going out to bid tomorrow, actually. So, again, just tweaking it little by little as we get better drawings. This is an interesting project because this is our own office building. So what leadership team thought, well, what better of a project to test this out on than our own office building that we plan to develop and occupy. Not a whole lot of information on this one yet, so again, still waiting for better drawings, but we found this to be a big key to our success with eProfiler is assuming one thing and then going back and keep checking it and constantly updating as we get better information.